This is Emily and Nancy with the Woolery.
That would be me, and that would be her.
Yes, and we have a little bit of a PSA for folks. So, as knitters,
yes, we're both knitters.
We're both knitters. We often receive links from friends and family on Facebook and other social medias about those super cool hand knit, arm knitting, merino roving blankets. And we're here to tell you why that might not be the best idea.
Probably not the best one at all by a long shot.
We don't recommend it.
No, never.
So I have some little swatches that I have made using US 50 knitting needles. These are basically broom handles. And I am going to just have these sit on my couch in my apartment for, I don't know, like a week. And we'll see what happens to it. I have cats. We'll see what happens with the cats. And I'm going to wash them. And Nancy's going to tell us why you need to knit with yarn that has structure as opposed to just roving.
So this is roving. This is that lovely merino roving. And it's really nice stuff, and it's really soft. And it's stuff you don't mind against your bare skin, and it's really wonderful. But what happens with something that has no structure, and this by definition has no structure? You knit it, yeah, there's a little bit of structure there. But if we were to spin it into yarn, and that's not too tough to do when you know what you're doing, of course, but you spin it into yarn, and here is something that has resistance to a pull and resistance to abrasion and does a lot of things because of the structure that we've given it. It has strength, it has cohesion, it has a tremendous amount of integrity. And just working with the roving pulls right apart, right? There's just nothing to keep it from pulling apart at all. Knit like she's knitted with this on the big size 50 needles, there is certainly the structure of the knit stitch, but we can look at these samples and see that we've got about 2 inches of unsupported just length there. If any of these fibers are less than 2 inches long, in fact they're about 4, there's not a whole lot holding them in place. There isn't structure there, and that's what makes something long wearing and useful and washable and wearable and all these other things that it's supposed to be. So we've got this experiment that's going to go on, and she's adding not just the cats, but she's adding a dog into the mix as well, because so many people have dogs and cats. I do too. And I can tell you from very sad experience that even when something is spun and then woven very, very tightly into something, a dog is still perfectly capable of destroying it. Some of you will have seen the pictures of my couch, my late couch, my lamented couch.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I know, it died. And this is what happens with dogs, cats, kids, accidents, anything else. This is an incredible expense too. Didn't you put together the numbers?
Yes, so these 2 little swatches that I have are 250 grams of merino.
That's just
roving.
over half a pound.
Yes, so this is about $23.
It's a large chunk of change. And in a full-size blanket, you're going to be putting in, what, 5 pounds of roving-ish?
Yeah.
Or 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot.
We're talking hundreds of dollars for this blanket that will last. We're going to find out, but my guesstimate is about a week.
About a week sounds good to me. Being wildly optimistic, I might give it 2, but I don't think it's going to be satisfactory. But so this is our public service announcement. When somebody says, do this thing, don't do this thing.
Maybe don't do the thing.
Yeah, we're spinners, we're knitters. We know structure is a necessary part of life.
It is. All right.
That's a mess.
It is a mess. It's horrible. So this is a month of wear, just sitting on my couch peacefully. I have progress photos that we will show you talking over our voices right now. So I have 1 week, 2 weeks, and then a month of just sitting on the couch. It gets gradually grosser. There's more hair integrated into it.
Yeah, I was noticing some of these little weird bits.
Some beautiful bits going on.
It picks up a lot, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it got really fuzzy and gross. And for the first couple weeks, we didn't really touch it too much. It just kind of sat on the edge of the couch and still got so gross. And then the last couple weeks, I made an effort to sit on it or have it on my lap while I did stuff, so it'd get
simulate real wear.
This one went through the wash. It actually didn't get worn at all. It was just in a bag, very nice, and then it went through the washing machine on hot and the dryer.
Lord have mercy. This is a, you could use that as a weapon.
You could beat
almost.
someone to death
Yeah,
with
you
it.
could
Yeah.
beat it's stiff and unyielding and unattractive and doesn't feel real good
It's
anymore.
not good, no.
No, it's okay.
It
So
might be a dryer ball now.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So they do felt if they happen
But
upon
it's not a cozy blanket anymore.
right.
It's a
yeah.
weapon.
Yeah, whack. And we have to realize too, as does everyone else, that laundry accidents do happen.
Yes.
Even in the household of a knitter or another knitter, sometimes there's a sock that just doesn't get treated quite correctly and falls into the dryer by accident, and then you end up with disasters when it's something like this. But or something like a sock.
Well, and if it was a full-size blanket, it would be very hard to wash it.
Oh,
at
criminy.
all.
Yeah, it would be.
This would just be like pounds of wool.
Oh God,
Yeah.
mercy. Okay.
And then this hot mess is the dog contributing to our little experiment. So I have an 8-month-old puppy, and she played with this for less than 5 minutes.
That's a good simulation of what real world conditions can do to something like this, though.
She wasn't even like, she's not a destroyer dog. She doesn't like wreck stuff. She doesn't wreck her toys.
You
but
don't have the dog I
less
have.
than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is what happened to it.
Yeah. So, yeah, anything that has, and this is the lesson to be learned here, anything that has no structure will fall apart pretty readily when it's subjected to any kind of wear. And structure, of course, in wool, that's twist, that's, you know, what yarn does. And then you further put it into a structure that's either knitted or woven, and then you've got something that'll hold up. But this is
It's Halloween spider web
this is
decorations.
just tragic. This is. I mean, you could tell that it was once really, really nice merino.
It was
but
once.
yeah, once. Yeah, hot mess is a real good description of that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the laundry disaster. Yeah. Don't do this at home. Please don't do this at home. It's really not recommended to do those arm knitted blankets. These were knitted on, it was size 50
Size
needles?
50 needles.
Which is it's a fat needle.
But
this-
still much smaller than the diameter of my arm, so these did
And
have
so if you were
more-
going to knit on your arm, it would be even looser, even more open.
This would happen even
and
quicker.
even more subject to that. Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, learn to spin chunky yarn.
Yeah.
Hold bundles of pre-made yarn together.
Yeah, any of
Buy
those things.
super bulky yarn, but don't knit giant blankets with roving because you'll just be sad.
And then you'll cry, and then we'll have to hear about it with somebody crying on the other end of the phone, and we don't like that.
We're trying to
either.
prevent that.
Yeah, don't do this. Jeez.